Hey, Marissa Dubois of MD Voiceover here, and welcome back to Singing Tips for Voiceover Artists. So this is going to be the final video of this beginners series, and it is all about our head voice. So let's do it. So what is the head voice? Well, it is the highest part of our vocal register. It can have an airy quality to it, but it doesn't have to. I'll get more to that later. If you take a look at our chart here, the head voice is when our chords are the thinnest. So it can give it a tinny quality into the microphone sometimes, so just something to be aware of. But it's also a really beautiful zone if you can tap into it properly. And there's different placements and things that we can do to really bring our head voice to life. So we'll talk about that. So if you're not a natural soprano, you may be curious as to how you can locate your head voice. Well, one of the keys that I like to do is to really be aware of our soft palate, because it's going to be the key to some placement things that we'll cover later on. So in case you don't know, if you place your tongue at the tip of your top teeth, that's a mouthful, and then drag it backwards slowly, you'll feel the little ridge, you'll feel a little dip happen, and then that spongy area that's towards the back of your throat, that's your soft palate. So really become aware of that, and that's going to help us build a lot of strength in our head voice. So to tap into our soft palate a little more, go ahead and do a yawn with me. And really feel that soft palate raise. That feeling is going to be important to tap into when we're doing our exercises in a bit, so get used to it. And I love yawning. In my classes, I encourage my students to yawn at any time because it's one of the only ways that we can really stretch out those muscles like in the back of our throat. So I love a good yawn. Side tip. And there's kind of three parts to our head voice in my mind. There is the contemporary forward placement, there's the legit backward placement, and then the falsetto, which is that really airy quality. So all valid styles that you should know how to tap into as you begin to learn your singing voice. Using the accompanist app and same scale we've been working on, exercise 1 in the top 50, we are going to start with an O. And this one I'm going to do it a couple different ways. One will be a little more legit, so a little more pulled back with the soft palate raised. And the second one, I'll play around with falsetto so that you can hear what that sounds like. So here we go. Falsetto. Back to one more. So you'll notice with this, and really with any scale that I'm working on, I drop the jaw as I go higher. So please look in the mirror and do the same. It's going to help you feel a lot more relaxed and at ease up there in your head voice. So now I want to do an oo. So as opposed to O, oo. This one will be a little more forward, so we're going to keep it more in our head voice, which is more forward and less falsetto. Yes, so the ooh is a really good one, and for that supported, more contemporary head voice sound. And lastly, I want to do an E. So this is another one that'll be less air coming through, but of course you can play with the percentages. So if you find yourself doing these exercises and a lot of air is seeping through, work on playing with that nasal placement just like our mixed voice so that we can close the chords a little bit. And the goal here is to get control. So doing these exercises a little bit every day is going to help you get control of your head voice. And so then you can play with falsetto and head and mix and chest and really play with different styles, forward, backward, there's so much potential. So here we go on E. Keep the cheeks relaxed. So now you know a few basic exercises to get you started as you begin to explore the 3 zones of your voice. Just to review, we've got our chest voice, our mixed voice, and our head voice. The head voice is the highest part of our vocal register. So don't worry if your head voice is starting lower than where you want to, or if you can't really find your mixed voice just yet. We're gonna dive a lot deeper into different techniques and tools that you can use to continue to build strength and sing from a healthy, supported place, which of course is important for our voiceover work as well, because it's also gonna help us build strength in our vocal cords so we can last longer in sessions. If you do audiobooks or medical narration or long form narration, it's really important to do and know some of these exercises and at least be aware of your singing voice, even if you never audition for a singing job. So thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next time when we're going to dive deeper into some more advanced topics. Thank you.